Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to session number 5, Act 2, session number 5. And once again, we are here with our players, hopefully continuing on with a relatively light session today. Relatively. We're about to have some fun, but first thing we're going to do is do the warm-up question. So, during this session, we are going to complete the 20-year total cumulative time jump to the year 2019. But before we do, I would like for this warm-up to share with us some sort of life event, milestone, some scene that took place at any time that you think would be interesting to reveal, that has to do with your character and probably other characters as well. I encourage you to even include some of the NPCs in this life event of some sort. So, who would like to go first?
I think especially at the start of the time jump, obviously Roxana and her family didn't have the best time for reasons discussed in the last session. However, it wasn't all bad, and I think one memory that definitely stuck out to her and her family was Imed's 16th birthday. When Imed's always been kind of a handful, and his teenage years certainly didn't mellow that. So on his 16th birthday, him and his copious amounts of friends had this party at Roxana's bar, and she actually, because she knows what he's like, she got all the booze moved from the location. However, Imed and all of his friends did sneak it in and put it in the punch bowl, and got incredibly intoxicated and caused copious amounts of property damage, which Roxana had to deal with afterwards. So, yeah, I think that's the extent of that. He was punished a lot afterwards. But I think Roxana definitely had like a word afterwards going like, listen, what you did was really stupid, but it was kind of funny. That's kind of the relationship.
She's a bad parent.
Listen, she really loves her son. Okay.
Well, after losing his brother and realizing he can't have children anymore, Dad would have hit him very hard, and he would wish to spend more time with his family. So I think that a very big moment would have been a Christmas party where he invites everyone again. Just that this time it ends peacefully and with joy. Just everyone having a good time. Maybe Luke, when he was 8, 10, playing with Leia, and Imed just kind of there because he's weird. You know, it's just a peaceful, fun time where Juan is at peace.
We always joke about Albion and his many houses, which, to be fair, is only 2. But he in his adulthood,
only 2.
I only have 2 houses.
And they're his father's house. But what I was getting at is, I think obviously in his adulthood he would have moved out, and because I do think Albion's a simpler person when it comes to like stuff, and like he never really like embraced the whole like being, the son of a politician and rich and all that stuff. So he would have actually surprised Finn and probably purchased a small house in Russia, and asked Finn if he'd want to move in or not. It's up to Finn, but he would have got a house in Russia to be closer to Finn, and so that Finn could be close to his family. And yeah, it's just very quaint, and obviously it has to have like a garden or greenhouse area somewhere in the back that's probably even bigger than the house. Like he would splurge on that, but not the house. And in the greenhouse garden area, he probably would have had a little workshop set up for Finn to do his crafting of his tridents and stuff.
One of the biggest moments in Luke's life would be his realization that he's not straight, that he does like boys, and he does keep it hidden though, not for the same reasons of like Al. His reason is he already feels weird. He already feels like kind of an outcast and kind of like he has bad thoughts already about things, and so he already feels like he's already not normal, and he is already weird, and he doesn't want to just add to the not being part of being a normal person. And so he would have probably discovered this in like his 5th or 6th year, when he did realize that he started to find Steven really attractive.
Mm.
Yes.
By 2019, does anything come out of that? Just out of curiosity.
He would be too nervous to pursue anything. So unless Steven did, your choice, he'd be too nervous to pursue anything or anyone.
Thank you.
So cute.
Oh, very cute.
Cute.
A ship we never.
Steven does grow up to be a very, very cute, adorable young man.
He does.
So, hopefully he does well. We just had that beautiful scene between Albion and Luke.
Best uncle.
Yeah, best uncle. Albion, as you are heading out, so you and Luke are going your separate ways. Albion, you're about to leave Hogwarts when you hear a familiar voice call out your name, Albion. And you will turn around to see an recent colleague of yours that you became friends with, since this person is so big in the world of herbology, Neville Longbottom.
Aw. Oh, hey, Neville. How's it going?
Doing well, doing well. What brings you here to Hogwarts? You're not here to replace me, are you? He says, laughing.
Al will laugh in return. Oh, no, I don't know if teaching would ever be up my alley. Maybe, but no, I'm not here to replace you. Don't worry.
Good. Had me a little worried there. He said, laughing.
Actually, you know Luke Lionheart?
Yes, he's actually been excelling exceptionally well in my class. His sister also has been doing super well too.
Whenever he says that he's doing well, you notice Al has like a smile of pride. Well, when they're both doing well, he smiles for both of them. He'll say, "Well, you know, I was just here. He got in a little bit of trouble, and his mom couldn't make it, so I came in her stead. But it's all good. It's just, you know, teenager stuff."
Yeah, teenager stuff. I know. Back in the day, me and my friends, we got a little into that sort of mischief as well.
Yeah, I guess there's a little bit of that in everyone, right? But what's new?
Things at Hogwarts are relatively quiet. Which, actually, to be perfectly honest, I am perfectly satisfied by that. I think I've had my fill of excitement within these walls, I should say. Still, it feels weird being back.
Why's that?
It's just different, you know? Being back here as a professor instead of a student, it's just a different dynamic. But I guess it's all part of growing up, right?
Yeah, you're right. I can't believe I'm already, you know, here with what Luke, who's pretty much a nephew to me. I can't believe he's already in school, and time really flies.
So, what have you been up to lately?
Well, I've been working out of character, even though I didn't take that lead on the Asa thing. Is Al still able to be working in the ministry?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, if he wants to. You are one of the war heroes. So you're I think I can't stress enough that your characters are actually pretty well known in the wizarding community. So that helps a lot.
Okay. Well, just trying to kind of lay low in the ministry, doing some odd jobs here and there in different departments, but nothing too significant.
You mentioned earlier that you're not big into teaching. I thought that perhaps you should reconsider. I was thinking about having a special class where we would invite some sort of other professional specialist in the field that may be able to, I don't know, present something to the class one day, just for the day.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be too horrible. I just, you know that saying where someone who's so good at something can't necessarily teach it that well. I just never thought I'd be that good at teaching herbology. But, sounds like fun.
I'm sure there must be something that you learned in Mahot Kotoro that we don't teach here at Hogwarts.
Yeah, I mean, if it's just a part-time kind of job, I wouldn't mind trying it out. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, and one more thing, he says. I don't know if you heard, but there's been talk about bringing back the Zodiac Games again. Maybe this time having Hogwarts participate.
Oh, I hadn't heard, actually. I figured working in the ministry, I might have heard that already, but interesting. I'll have to look more into that. Where'd you hear that from?
It's been buzzing around. I think the headmaster was talking about it the other day. Someone from the ministry was saying that they were thinking about it. It seemed like it was fun when you guys were at it back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, I met a lot of my closest friends through that, so definitely a good time.
He'll smile a bit, and you guys will, continue briefly catching up before you head out. While this is happening, I'm going to say that Luke, you have left the headmaster's office, and there is a young boy that is actually waiting right outside, James Sirirus Potter. Hey.
Oh, hi.
Sorry, he says. I didn't have a chance to say thank you for helping me out back there.
Oh, it's okay. I understand. Like, people could just be really mean sometimes.
He sort of nods and says, yeah, I guess it was a little naive of me to think that nobody would pick on somebody like myself, since, I didn't think a lot of people would pick on someone from Gryffindor.
Yeah, Gryffindor tends to not be picked on too often, but some of those were, like, one of them were Gryffindor, so...
My name is James, he says, as he holds out his hand.
Luke. He shakes it.
Nice to meet you, Luke.
It's nice to meet you as well.
I hope that you didn't get any huge trouble with the headmistress. I could say something to her if you want.
Oh, no, my uncle actually came by and cleared everything up, so I should be alright.
Are you sure?
If they call me back in, maybe then you could come with me, but for right now, I should be okay.
So, I think they're about to call for supper over at the hall. Did you want to go with?
Oh, yeah, sure. They were actually three of my good friends, so now that some spots opened up, we could be good friends.
I'd like that, he says with a smile.
Awesome. And you got Gryffindor. How cool is that?
Yeah, I'm really proud. My dad, he says he didn't really care what house I went into, but I don't know. I feel like deep down inside, he was hoping that I would end up in Gryffindor, like him.
Yeah, I got told all the time if my dad came here, he'd be in Gryffindor, but me and my sister both didn't get in there.
Oh, you have a sister here too.
Oh yeah, she's the real annoying one that walks around here. You'll probably see her. Her name's Leia.
Leia. Oh wait, is she the one who had me sign the petition before?
Sounds like her.
I thought it was an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Being able to switch houses if you want in the middle of your term here in Hogwarts.
Yeah, it's kind of what they do at Castle Abruzzo in a way. But I don't know. I feel like it's better to specialize in one house. Like, it's not like we don't get to see everybody. Like, you're Gryffindor, I'm Ravenclaw. We can still hang out.
Yeah, I can see that. So I guess what you're saying is, if you're fated to be in the house, why fight fate?
That's exactly what I'm saying, just you said it with better words.
you're having this conversation, Luke, and you suddenly... There comes a point where James is talking to you, but no sound is coming from his voice. It's sort of like muffled, almost like your ears start ringing and you're going deaf.
Mm-hmm.
But and that lasts for like 2 seconds of this ringing in your ear. And then you start hearing sound again, but it's not James's voice that's speaking. And you start hearing this voice going, okay, don't be nervous. All right, where is that thing? I think it's over here. And you hear scuffling, like somebody's scampering around in the room. All right, nobody's here. You just have to find... Oh, that could be it. And then you hear rummaging again, and then you hear the sound of something opening. There's like a creak, and it sounds like something is opening. Eureka! A snap of a finger, and then the voice suddenly says, "Now Hogwarts will pay." The ringing happens to your ear again. You start to go deaf for 2 seconds, and then suddenly you hear James say, "Luke, did you hear what I said?"
No, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I was hearing something else. Somebody going through something? Opening something?
I didn't hear anything.
You didn't hear that?
No, he
Oh.
says, looking at you.
Oh boy. Yeah, well, what I heard, it definitely wasn't good. So,
What did you hear?
somebody said Hogwarts is gonna pay?
Hogwarts is gonna pay? That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, he sounded a little bit like my other Uncle Chance, but less Irish.
Should we say something to the mistress?
I think we should.
Before you guys walk back to the headmistress office, you hear another voice call out to you, Luke. And it's Leia, and she's running over to you.
Hey, did you hear that too?
Hear what?
Okay, I'm going crazy, Leia, and I heard somebody say something. They opened something. I clearly heard that, and then they said, I found it, and now they said Hogwarts is gonna pay.
Leia's eyes grow wide. Wait, what did they say?
Hogwarts is gonna pay?
Okay, so just a moment ago, my eyesight started like going all blurry, and it was almost like I was blind for 2 seconds, and then I started seeing things, but it was weird. It was like I was somewhere else, and I was seeing this creature. What was it? It was an elf, a house elf, and he was like going around this room and rummaging. It looked like the Gryffindor common room, or at least what I would imagine the Gryffindor common room looked like. And he was like running around. He was saying something, but I couldn't. The thing is, I couldn't hear anything. I could only see what was happening. And this house elf goes over to this person's bed, opens up a chest, and then snaps his fingers, and like this document or folded up piece of paper ended up appearing in his hands. And then he said something before everything went back to blindness for 2 seconds, and I was back in the hallway again.
So, it sounds like I heard it and you saw it. James, you don't have anything locked up in like maybe a wooden box, maybe like a parchment of some kind?
At that point, James goes white. Oh no, Dad would kill me.
Yeah, I think it was taken. They were in the Gryffindor common room.
What? And with that, like, James turns around and he like bolts for the Gryffindor common room, or the Gryffindor like area.
I'll try to keep pace with him, but Luke is not nearly as athletic.
As Leah's gonna run after he says, "Wait a minute, is that kid who
Yeah.
I think he is?"
Yeah, it's Harry Potter's son.
Whoa, you're friends with Harry Potter's son?
Well, we're getting there. We're in the process of becoming friends.
He says, "Wow, Luke, making friends in high places."
He's actually friends with Luke Lionheart. I'm not friends with James Potter.
She sort of shrugs and says, "I don't know. I think it's kind of cool." Ooh, she says, "Maybe if you can become friends with him, then you could become friends with his dad, and then you could be good friends with some of his dad's friends, like Professor Longbottom," she says with a smile.
You know it's never gonna work out between you two, right?
She says, "Why not?
I'm
Smart. I think I'm decently good looking. Don't say a word," she says, because I know what you're about to say. "And I'm really good at herbology."
You're also 13. Come on, James is running away.
He says, "I mean, 13, but, once I'm 18 and he's, what, 32, 35, 30, whatever he would be at that point."
Leia, can you try to find a boy around your age, please?
It's gonna be at that point, before she responds, that you guys get into the spot where James will enter into the Gryffindor common room, because he goes to the painting. I think it's the fat lady painting. And then while he's in there, Leia's like, "So what do you think this document is that is so important?" It seemed like he was really upset that his dad would find out that something happened to it.
I have no clue, and it's something that somebody's going to use to hurt Hogwarts. I don't know. Is it like the deed to the school or something? I don't know.
Somebody's trying to hurt Hogwarts?
Yeah, that's what the elf said in your vision.
Sounds like an adventure to me, she says.
Sounds like one to me too.
Just like during the Harry Potter days. Ooh, do you think they're gonna write books about us?
Yes.
Then James comes out of the painting again and he says, oh no, it's gone. The map is gone. I need that map back.
What's it a map to?
You can see that James is struggling because, he doesn't know you as well, so he seems to struggle with what to say. It's a map of the school.
Oh, what kind of map?
It's just a sentimental value. I need it back.
How can somebody hurt Hogwarts with a map?
Now, don't question the Potter kid. Hi, I'm Leia, she says, as she holds out her hand. I know, he says, you got my signature. Oh yeah, she says, I did, didn't I? Thanks again for that, Leia says.
Yeah.
Well, we need to get this map back to James, so, she's still, trying to focus.
Leia, what are you doing?
I'm trying to channel the Force. What does it look like I'm doing?
I was really hoping you weren't going to say that.
Use the Force, Luke. Use the goddamn Force, Luke.
Leia, you do realize we're magical, right? We know magic. We don't need the Force.
She says, that's what I call magic, Luke. The Force is magic.
Please ignore my sister. She's very embarrassing and awkward sometimes. And Leia, what did the elf look like?
Give me a moment, she says, and she gets down onto the floor and she sits cross-legged and she starts doing the meditative stance that Luke does when he's trying to focus. I have to channel my inner Yoda. she says as she's, focusing and focusing. And James is he's half entertained, half weirded out, but mostly entertained, and he actually kind of chuckles a little bit.
Luke is 100% awkward and embarrassed right now. Leia, it's already bad enough we're named after them. You don't have to pretend Star Wars is real.
Luke, you're not helping. This got to be a twin thing. This got to be maybe you have to start focusing, and then we can trigger whatever it is that just happened a few minutes ago.
That's a good idea. Do I have to get into the meditative Yoda stance?
She says it couldn't hurt, and this is all without opening her eyes.
Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. Leia, why do you do this to me? And he gets down and he gets in the pose. All right, what do we focus on?
I haven't gotten that far. What do you think we need to focus on?
Maybe the map.
All right. The map.
All right.
Okay. Think about the map.
I don't know what it looks like. I'm sorry. I don't know what the map looks like. It's hard to think of it. I'm thinking of like a U.S. map, and we're not even in America. I don't know why I'm thinking of that.
Well, think about, I don't know, you didn't see anything, but you heard something. Can you think about the voice?
Yeah. Oh, genius. All right. I'll think about his voice. You think about what he looks like.
Okay. What did he sound like?
Kind of like Chance, but less Irish.
Be more specific. Why don't you mimic it?
Oh.
Maybe you need to say whatever he said in his voice.
Leia, please, I can't do this. James, can you look away? Can you walk away, please, James?
James is like laughing hysterically, part laughing, part like anxious because he wants his map back, and he says, "Sure, I guess I'll turn around." He can still hear you if he turns around.
Yeah, Leia, I was gonna say that. All right, I know he can hear me. He's 3 feet away. James, can you leave completely? This twin magic thing doesn't work.
All right, I'll come back in 2 minutes or something.
All
And
right.
James walks off. Okay, Leia says, Wonder Twin powers activate.
I just knew you were
That's a
gonna
thing,
say
right?
that. Yeah, I just knew you were gonna say that. And let me tell you, I don't like you sometimes, Leia. I don't like you.
Oh, she says, you love me.
All right.
You love me. Okay, stop focusing on Professor Longbottom. Focus back on the map. All right.
Leia, stop that. He's too old for you. I don't approve. I will ruin your wedding.
And at that moment when you say he's too old for you, your voice, your ears start ringing again. And then this time you start hearing the voice that says, okay, where? Oh, what is, somebody's around the corner. It's, Longbottom. Neville Longbottom's around the corner. Okay, so don't go that way. Go the other way. Which way to the kitchens? And
You see
at that point,
Sorry.
she says, I did. Professor Longbottom going into the bathroom. That was a little awkward. I didn't see anything. I just saw him go into the bathroom.
Leia, please. I need you to focus. Why is your mind always off track? I need you to focus.
Okay, but this is relevant. I saw Professor Longbottom go one way, and I saw the elf go in the other way. It looks like...
I heard him say he's going to the kitchen.
The kitchens! Alright, gang. We should head to the kitchens. We got a clue. Jinkies!
No, Leia, please stop this. Leia, please, I can't. Leia, why are you like this, Leia?
What? She says, what's wrong with pop culture?
How did we come from the same mother? How is this possible?
Brother, the wizarding world and the muggle world have integrated. We should embrace the pop culture references.
maybe if you'd stop watching Scooby-Doo, your grades would be better.
Hey, Scooby-Doo is a classic. You can learn a lot from that show. It's very educational.
It's always the person they talk to in the beginning.
Person that we talked to in the beginning.
That's always the crew.
Oh no, you don't think that Professor Longbottom is the culprit? Maybe
Wait.
somebody disguised as Professor Longbottom.
Leia, you saw the elf looking at Professor Longbottom. How could it be him? How could it possibly be him?
Because the elf disguised himself as Professor Longbottom, and that's how he got into the school.
Leia, I can't with you. Let's get James and go to the kitchens.
Or maybe it was... I gotta rethink this. And James walks back and says, "So did it work?"
Yes, we gotta go to the kitchens. Do you know any spells that can shut her up?
He says, "I'm only a first year, so no?" James said.
Alright, well, we gotta go to the kitchen, because that's where the elf is going with the map. And it's not Professor Longbottom. We saw Professor Longbottom go into the bathroom, Leia.
She says, okay. Kitchens are this way. So you guys will make your way over to the kitchens. And I don't know if the kitchens is accessible easily by the students. I know that you do detention there. But can you easily just walk into the kitchen? I don't know.
I don't know either. I feel like in Harry Potter you can walk into a lot of places. I mean, they just kind of...
Yeah, but I think that the kitchens, it's a little bit more difficult to enter. You have to be like friends with someone inside, because I know that in the books, like, the Potter and the gang went inside to talk about domestic elf rights, but they were friends with Dobby, and Dobby was working there. They don't just let anyone in because they could steal food.
No, I didn't think so either. I think they let people in if they have to serve detention. Yes. Okay. So you guys will get to whatever the entrance of the kitchen is. I don't remember how you enter, but you get there, and James is like, "All right, so now what?"
Well, now we gotta sneak into the kitchen.
Okay. How do we do that?
My plan is to just walk in, and if anybody sees us, we hide.
Well, Leia says, how are we supposed to get into the kitchen?
I don't know. Do you know anybody that works in there?
Do I know any house elves? I don't think so.
I don't know any house elves either.
Ooh, Luke! You can disguise yourself as a house elf.
Yeah, but would they just let me in? Just any random house elf?
I don't know. Wouldn't they? You could pretend you're a new hire. Kind of.
Alright, let's do that. That sounds fun. Let me see my spells. I have...
Wait, you can disguise yourself as a house elf? He says.
I might be able to. I know some spells. Let's see.
No, not a spell.
Oh.
You know what?
Oh.
She says.
You know what?
Think,
I do.
Luke?
No.
Think.
Look, I just barely. I've never used it. All right. I've been afraid to use it. I've never used it. Yeah, James. I actually do have a really good spell. It's called Polymorph Self. I learned it, even though I'm just 13. I have this spell. Don't worry.
Wow.
Your Juan's nephew. I'm sure he would teach you.
Yeah, I don't have it, but I have something that does let me polymorph. So
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
The only problem is, I'm a little bit shy about casting spells in front of people, so you're gonna have to turn around, James.
Okay. And yeah, just humor him. Just humor him, Jimmy. Just humor him. Yeah, James sort of like his eyes like kind of go, Jimmy, and then it's not in a way that he doesn't like the name. It just took him by surprise that because nobody else has ever called him that. But it says, Okay, then he turns around.
I'm sorry, James. I'm convinced she was switched at birth.
Just do it.
All
So we
right,
can get
all right.
the map back.
All right, and then he's going to activate the hoop. Hold on,
Roll use magic item.
Heck yeah. Luke is so good at magic, guys. I'm so happy. Watch me crit fail right now.
You're good at magic items? Because I suck at magic items.
So you transform yourself into a house elf. And Leia says, "Wow, that's pretty good for your first time."
Yeah. Do you think I'll pass? James, do I look like a house elf?
James turns around. Wow, that's so cool. Is that you, Luke?
Yeah, it is.
Brilliant.
Thanks. So I'm gonna go in there, right? And then
Yeah.
I don't know Leia, what does the elf look like that I'm looking for? There's a bunch of elves in there.
Think. What did he look like? Okay, so he, the elf, actually had, sort of like a tuft of reddish hairs on the top of his head.
Okay. And any other distinguishable features? Tattoos, scars, anything?
Not that I saw.
All right. What's he wearing?
A pillowcase?
Oh, yeah. I forgot that they still are treated like this. All right. Tuft of red hair. I'll find him. Don't worry. I'll find him.
All right. Jordan, AJ, and Clef, you guys are hard-working house elves in the kitchen. You guys are hard-working house elves in the kitchen.
It's gonna get to work.
Clef. Cannot do this.
So, you're going to, so Leia's gonna, like, push you towards the entrance. So just knock and see if somebody answers. All right. Jordan, there's a knock at the kitchen door. And this is happening like during supper. So like this is the dinner rush. You know, there's things that need to be done. We need to get this food out. Go. I don't have time for this kind of stuff, but who the heck is knocking at this time during the busiest time of the day?
I'm getting there. My little house elf self strides over to the door, very angry.
Jordan, just how drunk are you?
I'm not drunk. I walk up to the door and
You've got a tight ship.
I'm so angry right now. And I open the door.
You open the door and you see, what does your house elf look like?
He's a little bit shorter than the normal house elf. He's got really pointy ears. His ears are pierced. He's got a bunch of piercings going down his elf.
Okay.
He's wearing a pillowcase and he's cute.
Oh, okay.
This is gonna be hilarious. What do you want?
Make him work for it, Jordan. Make him work for it.
What do you want?
Sorry, I'm actually a new hire here. They said to get in the kitchen ASAP and start helping.
New hire? I wasn't notified about any new hires.
They should really start upping their protocol, because here I am.
Roberta! I need help here with the sauce!
Why is Clef the funniest when he plays when he plays an NPC? He's the funniest person.
That's it. We're never gonna finish this scene. Never ever.
No, Jordan. Concentrate, Jordan.
Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going. I want to get to the AJ elf too.
Please be Gooch. Please be
Roberta!
No.
Yeah, see, it looks like you guys need help, so you should just let me come in. Your boss seems angry.
Yeah. What's your name?
My name is Han.
I thought Luke hated Star Wars.
It's all I can think of, guys. I'm sorry.
What kind of a house elf name is that? Anyway, just get in here. Just get in here.
Yeah, I hope you know your name's Roberta, so.
No, it's not. It obviously says Robert on my name tag.
All right, well, we gotta start
Roberta!
cooking.
Come on. Who's that? Who's that?
Hi, I'm Han.
What kind of house elf is named Han?
It's a family
Nice
name,
to
all
meet
right?
you. I'm Hannah.
Hana? Nice to meet you, Hana. I'm Han. So what are we cooking today?
Get to work.
I'm trying. I don't know what to do.
I think Paco over there needs help with the meat. Paco, I'm sending someone.
Paco.
All right, so my house elf is like super old, like on the brink of death old, and he's sitting there like peeling potatoes, but like half falling asleep. Wait, what's your house elf's name, Clef?
Hannah.
Hana.
Oh, right, Hannah. So he's like half asleep when he hears you call his name, and he, what'd you say, Hannah? He's looking around.
You're doing the meat, right?
He looks down at the potato in his hand, puts it away, grabs the meat. Yeah.
Oh my,
I'm sending a new one to help you.
oh my god. How does food ever get put out to us?
Come on, that's Paco. Go.
All right. Luke scampers over to Paco.
What do you want me to do?
What was your name?
Roberta.
It's Robert.
Roberta, you go to the supply closet. I think that Paco needs more of the Whiff Bellington, okay?
That's not my name. And he keeps doing
Look,
Did you say something,
again?
Roberta? No.
What did Paco say? What did Paco say?
Look, what's your name, man?
My name is Han.
All you gotta do is whenever Hana comes around, just act like you're working. In the meantime, just do whatever you want.
Sounds good. I'm actually going to go cut the carrots.
Perfect. Just be careful. If you use magic on them, they don't turn out as good. You gotta use the hand peeler.
All right, you ancient person, you. I will do it that way.
While you're cutting it up and you're surveying the room, you actually do notice a house elf with a tuft of red hair.
Oh God.
Seems to be milling about the kitchen, and he seems a little out of place, but he seems to also be trying to blend in at the same time.
He's another new hire that just retired a bunch of elves all today. All right. So Luke will make sure, like, Paka. I'm gonna wait for Paka here to doze off a bit before walking away.
Oh, it doesn't take long.
So I wait about 20 seconds, watch him doze off, and I start to head over to the red-haired elf.
All right, you go over to the red-haired elf, and what do you do when you reach him?
I will cast
Oh.
the legitimate spell to read his
Oh.
mind to see what he's doing or why he's doing
Okay.
this.
Go ahead and roll.
All right, 32.
You go into his memories with a 32. That's really high, and you learn that this house elf's name is Dippy.
Hippie.
Dippy. He is in the same bloodline as Dobby. Dobby was his uncle.
Oh.
And basically the reason he's here is because he needed the Marauders map, which he needed the Marauders map in order to help him navigate his way through Hogwarts undetected, to help him do that, so that he could liberate the elves in the kitchen.
Okay. I am then going to cast Modify Memory on him to make him believe that he is actually a kitchen elf.
Oh my god.
I do have something. It's the thing that if I add 7 more to the DC, that the memory lasts forever. It never goes away. So instead of the DC now being 10, it's 17. And if I beat 17, that's his memory for the rest of his life.
Go ahead. 29. Okay. Something seems to come over Dippy, and he looks a little bit dazed, but then he shakes it off and looks around and sees that he's in the kitchen, and he continues going to work. And he just starts working in the kitchen.
Hey, buddy, do you still have that map I let you borrow?
Map? Oh, you mean this?
Yeah.
As he holds it up.
Yeah, thank you. I gotta actually return that.
Oh, sure. He says, well, back to work, I guess.
Thank
He
you.
goes back.
And then Luke will take the map and he will scamper out.
He'll start to scamper out, and both Roberta and Hannah will see the new hire seems to be trying to go for a smoke break. Not a smoke break, but you know what I'm saying. Seems to be trying to take a break in the middle of the rush.
Hey, new guy.
Yes, Hannah?
Why are you helping Paco? I gave you the work with the best damn worker I have in here. This is working.
Paco just shaking his head.
Sorry, I have to use the restroom, and isn't like some health code violation to make me not do that or something? I can do it in here if you want, but it'll probably
do it in the restrooms. That this new guy is having to go into the guest room. In my days, when Paco was the leader of the kitchen, oh boy, you have never seen us going to the restroom when we were in the middle of dinner time. No, boy, we were work. But no, these new guys are sensitive.
As he's saying
Don't
that,
tell
I'm
him, Roberta.
slowly backing
Tell
up to the door.
Can Paco go back to spell?
We gotta stop letting Clef do these backup characters. It's too good.
Let's back up.
Can you
I'll
give
have
No,
to-
he's still me.
While Hannah's going off on the tirade, Paco just like does a little magic to like make something like fall at his feet to kind of trip him.
So he makes some, maybe like a rolling pin. Maybe a rolling pin clatters to the ground, and Hannah steps on it, and the rolling pin causes him to slip.
As soon as he falls, Luke's gonna be like, "Thanks, Paco," and he's gonna run. Paco's his
Paco
favorite
just
elf.
gives him a thumbs up.
Paco's my boy.
All right, so you reach the door, or whatever is used to enter and exit the kitchen, and you find yourself back out into the hall.
I'm never going back in there. Oh my god.
You can hear a faint sound of Roberta! You should learn of Paco! Where's the whiff Wellington?
I can't read the recipes.
Useless, I tell you.
Oh my goodness. All right, I want an episode of Morpheus and Me where Morpheus and Wanda end up in the kitchens of Hogwarts. All right, that'll be an episode.
Spin
On
off.
location.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So you get out there, and Leia says, "So, did you get it?"
Yeah, I got it. He'll hold it up.
You take Leia takes it and says, "All right, Luke, good job. Adventure success."
Yeah. So that elf wanted to like free all the house elves.
Whoa. Really? Leia asks.
Yeah, that's what he said to me.
So, how did you manage to take the map from him then?
Oh, I just snuck it out of his pocket.
Roll me a deception, please.
Yeah, this is not.
Okay.
I am not
She
good
has
with
an
this.
advantage. Your twin has an advantage.
What Luke did was kind of ruthless.
Albion is
Not-
so disappointed.
Not
boy ain't
kind of.
right.
It was horrible. Actually, very bad.
That's all he knows how to do, guys. All right, I got no pluses to this, so this is -2, correct? If there's no pluses.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
You really should.
She
put
got it. You get an advantage to know when she has an advantage to know when you're lying, but at the same time, you get an advantage
Don't
against
lie.
insight to her as well.
You need to get a 16. I don't think you can.
7.
All right. Well, you don't know what she rolled, so
Mhm.
she like pauses for a moment. She says, "Okay. Well, Mr. Potter," he says as she holds out the map. James takes it and says, Thanks so much, both of you. You guys are a lifesaver."
How does that map work? Like, how exactly does it tell you where everybody is? And he would know that from the elves' memories.
He says, How do you know that?"
Oh, the elf told me that's what it did, and that's why he needed it, so he could see where people was, so he could sneak around freely.
Okay, he says, "My dad doesn't want very many people to know, but it's a map that he had when he was here at school, and it basically shows everyone in the Hogwarts building and where they are."
And have you ever used it? That seems really useful.
I mean, he says, I've taken it out, but I haven't like used it, I guess.
Okay. Well, keep a hold of it, because we may not be able to find it next time. Who knows if this twin magic works whenever we want.
At that point, Leia starts sniffing the air. They're serving beef Wellington today.
Yeah, I know. Don't eat it, though. One of the elves there does not know how to make it.
I'm kind of hungry. Do you guys want to finally get food? James says.
Yeah, let's go eat.
Yeah, she says. So a Slytherin, a Gryffindor, and a Ravenclaw enter the kitchen, or enter the hall. That sounds like the beginning of a joke, right?
Yeah, all we're doing is we're just missing a Hufflepuff for the Affinity Gauntlet of Hogwarts.
As you guys are going down the hall, Leia's gonna actually lean in and whisper to you and says, "So, what about the elf trying to free everyone in the kitchen?"
Oh, when I got some time, I'm gonna go tell Professor McGonagall about him, and so she could take care of him.
You don't think that maybe it would be a good idea to try to free the elves?
I mean, it wouldn't. Huh. Leia, that's a complicated thing that I don't think we should really get ourselves involved with.
So what are you going to say? We shouldn't, because that's just the way it's always been, and, you end up where you end up, and you don't have a choice where you end up. You just gotta live with what you got.
I wasn't gonna say that, so I'm not, but I'm not gonna get involved with it.
Well, at least you're consistent, she says.
Yeah, that's a. If there's one thing to know about me, it's how consistent I am.
What do you think about our, Wonder Twin force powers?
I think it's a form of I forget what it's called, the prophecy seeing stuff.
Seer?
The seer, the inner eye. I think that's our inner eye ability.
But you're not seeing anything. So wouldn't that be like the inner ear?
It's like the inner ear, yes, but together we see.
Right. Or I see and you hear.
Well, yeah. Well, together we get the full picture.
I like that. Okay, so you guys will have dinner with James. And I'm going to say that throughout the years, you and James actually become really good friends.
Awesome.
So my big question is, do you eventually make good enough friends with James to become buddy-buddy with Neville Longbottom to allow Leia to become buddy-buddy with Neville Longbottom?
No, she is not allowed to talk to him. She's not allowed anywhere near him. She's got to sit in the back of the class.
Okay.